Hello, everybody. Welcome to Day this week. How's everybody doing? Hello, Brandon. Hello, Michelle.
Hi.
Hello. So I had an interesting day. I'm gonna have I have to tell them, Michelle. So I went and did something today that I've been wanting to do for a while now, and my daughter was so beautiful and generous to accommodate me today. I went and got 7 piercings in my ear today.
Whoa.
So this whole ear, I don't think you guys can see it, but she did these 2, and then in here, and then the lobes, and this side, the lobes. And because I you know what? I don't have my ears pierced. I did have these 2 in here, like on this side. I don't remember what you call those, Michelle. What are those?
This thing?
Yeah.
That's a
I have this and the conch, I guess. I don't know what they call. Is that? I hope I said that right. That would be inaccurate otherwise. Whoops, sorry. Whoops. But I had those 2. But I've never really worn earrings. If you guys have noticed, so now I'm like excited because I finally have my ears pierced, and I've got like the ones that I really wanted in here. My ear's a little angry.
You gotta show it a little bit better. You just gotta get up to the camera and just
How do I do that?
show off the ear.
There you go.
Fix my makeup and everything.
Let's see.
I don't know if you guys can see it though.
Oh,
Kind of
Yeah, you can see it.
crazy, hey?
Wow, that's so cool.
So yeah, I have a little bit of an angry ear, but that's okay.
That's an eventful day. My goodness.
Yeah, but Michelle was amazing with I didn't even like, honestly, the one I have, what do you call that? The date?
the date, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, okay, this is really gonna hurt. So, and I was like, okay. So I was like prepared for major pain, and then it wasn't as bad as I actually thought it was going to be. So I was like, oh, cool, this is awesome. So what is it?
I wanted to prepare you for the worst, just in case, you know.
Yeah, just in case it was like.
For some people, it does. Full disclosure, but I'm glad it was good. You took it like a champ, though. You really did.
Yeah, yay me!
I was surprised.
Nice.
You're a tough lady, that's for sure.
That's awesome. Me next.
Yeah.
Right? As soon as these down borders open, you come up here, you'll get tattooed, you get pierced.
Or honestly, just fly me down there, please.
Right, yeah. Just
I'll
to Texas. That's even better.
It's a beautiful, balmy 80 degrees. It's wonderful.
I just have to fix my lights. I don't know what's going on with my lighting in here is like really messed up. Sorry.
Just a message to everyone in the chat right now. I'm getting down your questions as I go, and then I'm going to be posting the list for the lottery. And I think we're going to do things a little bit differently today. So I'll let one of you guys introduce that as I take down these questions.
So go ahead, Brandon, if you want.
No, I think you've got the reins on this one.
Okay, so what we're going to be doing, sorry, I'm just fixing my light and they're trying. So what we're going to be doing is we are taking the donations, but we noticed the last couple of shows, we weren't able to get to everybody, that we wanted to. And, the shows aren't quite as long as they used to be. So what we're going to be doing is we'll still take the donations, absolutely, because those, and we will take them first. But we are going to be doing 2 donations, and then we will do the lottery. So for those of you that don't know the lottery, you put your question down. Michelle is going to give you and assign you a number. And Brandon will use the random number generator, and then we'll be going from there, whatever number we pull. I'm really suffering with this light, so I don't know what's going on. There. Whatever. I'm sure you guys have had some interesting views, whatever. It's okay. It's okay.
I feel like I could change my color light now too or something. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, Nice. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. We just made it a little bit different because we do want to try to get to as many as we possibly can. We know not everybody can possibly donate, but it gives you a little bit more of a chance, to get a reading, even if you can't possibly donate. We are not going to get to everybody, just so you know. But you have to be a subscriber, so make sure that you have clicked subscribe. And click the notification bell. Now, if you want to get a private reading with me, you can reach me at oracle-intuitions.com. You can also check out Facebook and Instagram as well, at Oracle Intuitions, and reach me through there. And Brandon?
thedreamteacher.com. Shoot me a message there. Had a few people message me. Obviously, my schedule is a little booked up right now, so if you private message me, I might be able to fit you in somewhere. But if you want to book an appointment for the future, go to the appointments tab on thedreamteacher.com.
Perfect. And we did get a couple of donations in. Brandon, by the way, how are you doing? How's your course?
Pretty good. I am just cramming in lots of information at one time, so I'm hanging in there. I'm doing well, actually. And I'm actually already starting to network, meet people, talk to a few brokerages. So it's going pretty well. But don't ask me for any advice yet. I'm not licensed yet.
Okay, there we go. And Michelle, you all ready for your lockdown? Alberta's going into another lockdown, in case you guys didn't know. So, yeah, we
Make me
have
cringe. That is making me cringe.
Coming up again on, I think it's
Sunday.
Some of it's on Friday, and I think some of it's going in on Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm gonna have 3 weeks off work, so just gonna make the best of it, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I'm not excited. I'm thankful to have my job, but I'm just kind of taking these as like breaks I've always wanted from a job.
Right.
Yeah.
Things have been pretty good for me. Outside of not being able to see normal friends and family very much. Got lots of video games to play. I can't wait to mess up my sleep schedule again. Great, why not?
Right. I'll phone you at like 8 o'clock in the morning every morning, be like, "Hey, wake up."
No, you won't.
No. Yeah. Too funny. I'm sure that will go well as I'm disowned as a mother. I'll phone you like 100 times a day. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I'm changing my number.
Do not disturb.
Yeah, do not disturb.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get to the readings.
So we have some donation ones. Do you guys want to start with those? While I get those questions.
We do. Yeah. I think that would be good. And then we'll get into the other ones after. Sure. So, which is the first? I guess I believe it was Naomi.
Naomi Miguel?
Yeah.
Okay, so Naomi Pisces wants a general reading. And Miguel has his question ready as well. I'll let you guys take it from there until Miguel. I'm just going to go off camera to get everything written down and figured out, okay?
Thank you.
No worries.
Perfect.
Bye, guys.
Bye, honey. Love you. Do you want me to remove you from the camera?
Oh. Yeah, I can't do it. Oh, I got it.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so Naomi, general reading. Okay, so the first thing I actually felt was a little bit of stress coming through. I don't know if this is particularly in relation, like if there's an actual relation to this. Like feels like a bunch of things. It almost feels like you're taking all kinds of different things and tying it up into one thing, like one amount of stress. Does that make sense to you, Naomi? if maybe you could just confirm, because that's just what I'm getting at this moment. It just feels a little bit of anxiety and a little bit of stress coming through, being stressed about several things. Yes. Okay. So what I'm hearing from your guides is they want you to take all of this stuff. You need to compartmentalize it first of all. This is the first thing I'm actually getting, is to start putting it not so much into the how should I lay this out, like that maybe?
Oh no, that was kind of cool.
Like the way I had it?
Mm-hmm.
Like that? Okay.
That's kind of cool.
So take one thing at a time. One thing at a time is what I keep getting, and deal with that one. Don't keep lumping them together, because what is happening is I feel that some of the things that you're tying in to the bigger things are really too small to really start giving a stress level to. Like it's not like they're things that will work themselves out through the process, but as you're tying them all into one, you're kind of, you know me, I'm going to be blunt, right? You're kind of making a bigger deal out of everything that is needed to have a bigger deal out of, if that makes any sense. So you can kind of, take a step back and just look at one element at a time. I'm also hearing something that's really been on your mind lately, and this has to do with another individual. It's going to be fine. You don't need to put emphasis on it especially at this point, because it's almost like you're projecting a fear, you're projecting it's at this point, just let it lie, let it lay, whatever. It's nothing that you have to put emphasis on. I actually feel by the time that this thing may come up as an actual issue, a lot of your other issues are going to have already been taken care of. So if you're adding this to that issue, you're just creating more junk going on in your mind. Okay, so try to put that issue aside and not worry about it at this time. And I really don't feel like there's going to be a lot for you to, truly stress out about in regards to it. But I do feel a lot of other things are going to be taken care of before that. Okay, before this actually becomes something that you may have to put thought into. Okay, so I hope that helps. That's what I kept getting.
I think what I've been picking up on, what I'm being shown, it pertains to what you're talking about in the beginning here with Naomi. The specific thing I keep being shown, I'll keep it short and simple here, Naomi, is that I keep being shown that you're looking with the wrong eye, if that makes sense. And they keep showing me that there is this, they keep showing me that your eyes are being covered, and they're showing me that this sort of behavior or level of consciousness was happening at childhood, where you were either bombarded by things, and there are so many things that were kind of distracting you, when you have one singular focus. And really it feels like it's showing me third eye here, which means navigating through intuition. So it's like using both eyes to combine, and the vision to come here through centered vision. And it's something that you've done in the past, and I feel that based on what I'm being shown, that you have either worked on or like trained yourself to be able to do that, and you're going back into past patterns. This is not good or bad, it just is what it is. But that if you want to create that singular focus and not be thrown all around, come back to that central vision is what I keep being shown. Everything with the third eye, I think everything with the intuition, and just the own navigation of your consciousness through the human form, the human body. I want to keep it short and simple there for you, because I don't feel, I feel like once that's come into an alignment, it's like I don't know, I can't think of a beautiful analogy, but I'll just say like a zipper. When a zipper finally zips up, it all kind of forms into one. That's kind of the vision that I'm getting, is that happening for you when you do have that singular focus.
I'm also hearing one other thing, along with what Brandon said, because I think he described that perfectly, especially like that zipper, that kind of idea, and that eye, the third eye. I'm really getting that you're quite sensitive. But here's the thing: you have a way, is what I'm hearing, is what you think is what you can create. Real, very, very strongly. And I feel like that's why they're also asking you to take a step back, from that particular issue, or maybe, a couple of particular issues, if they're not anything that you need to focus on at this point, because you have such a high intuition and a strong sensitivity. It feels like you don't want to start projecting, you don't want to start creating all of this. It really feels like you have to relax on this a lot. Okay, just one thing, one projection, everything. My intuition is strong, but sometimes I confuse it with my worries. Yeah, it's and that happens, right? We all have that, but and I get that. I get that, but I feel like, ask yourself, is this something that I truly need to worry about at this point? And then just take a step back. All right. If it's not something that you need to worry about, if it's not immediately playing in your 3D realm at this time, just relax about it. I'm also hearing, have faith in your guides, okay? Because they will guide you the right way, but you have to have that faith as well going through there. So I hope that helped. Yeah.
I can feel the shift. I can feel Naomi taking like a day or two, and there will be still a little bit of that chaos, and all of a sudden there's just going to be like this. It either feels like it comes from like when she wakes up after this like deep sleep dream kind of realm, or it'll happen like earlier in the morning. I just feel that shift of like zing, everything coming together.
Yeah. This is funny. So she says, Jenny, hush, you told me this before. I love that. Yeah, no, it was just coming through really, really strong. Like there's absolutely, like some things, there's no need to even be, putting them into your realm at this point. Just let them be. Just let them be. Let them, do what they need to do. And, but you don't want to start projecting and creating either. So Jenny's just saying.
I love it. Nothing better than continuity of messages, right?
Right? Absolutely. Okay, so
love. Who's next?
Miguel. So did you guys want to read Miguel's next, and then we go on to one of our lottery questions?
Yep.
Okay, sure. So Miguel, Taurus, wants to know if he will get the job he's being interviewed for this weekend, if it's going to be for him, like a good move for him, and if you see him selling or trading in for a truck, which I think you've answered a little bit before, but trading in for a truck.
Okay, so trading in for the truck, and if you'll get the job that he's applying for this weekend, interviewing for this weekend.
Yeah, and if it's going to be a good fit.
Okay. Ooh. Just give me a sec on this one. Okay, so I do feel you in the truck. I don't know if if you need to trade for it, or if that's, if that was the deal that you had made or whatever. I do feel you physically being in a truck. So that is what it's showing me. I can't tell you how to make the deal, but I do feel that you are supposed to be in that truck. I'm also getting, again, and this might have to do with property or a road. I'm getting a lot of gravel, and I'm feeling like, I don't know if the truck that you're buying is going to be very high, because it's showing me that you may want to be further up because of like gravel or an unstable road of some sort is what I get. Like I keep seeing a lot of rocks flying. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you. As far as the job, and Miguel, can you just tell me what kind of job it is? Because I need to narrow down on my vibrations that I'm getting here. I feel like it will be a good fit.
I don't know why it feels like some kind of higher position, like a,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel a sense of authority with it because I keep feeling this like stronger demeanor, like having to put on this, you know, strong man kind of vibe. I feel like it's some kind of authority or something.
Like a higher, like a supervisory type of position or something like that.
Energy. Yeah, it has a little bit more precedence for some reason.
It's massage therapy. Cool. Okay.
Oh, there's the strength. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And you have to work for yourself. That makes total sense. I'm just going to jump in here real quick, Kathy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I am feeling this, Miguel, but I am really feeling a strong pull with solar plexus chakra. Like there is this nervous tension I feel in my stomach here when I connect with you. And I feel like this either is a lot of dealt with energy of some kind, or perhaps it's just your own nervous feeling. I'm getting a very strong inclination that you really need to ground this energy. Technique that would be beautiful to use is just imagine like that yellowish orange sphere of energy right at the solar plexus, and allow roots to grow from that place into the ground, doing a mental visual imagery. There has to be a sense of grounding. That energy really needs to like flow back to where it belongs. It's like you're hanging on to it, and you're hanging on to other people's energy that doesn't belong. And honestly, that's great advice. If you are going to do massage therapy, you are going to pick up and pull people's energy. That is something that Taurus is, especially ones who are kind of more tuned in and aware. It's just something that they do. So that's going to be a really important technique for you, is to be able to ground.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was literally thinking that exact. Like I feel, I think the reason why I'm having trouble connecting with this particular job, it's not even about having trouble connecting. It's just that I feel that you could get. There's a lot of energy that I'm really picking up from it. Okay, a lot of I don't know if this particular massage parlor or massage place, they might have, maybe this is why, maybe they have more anxious customers or, you know, clients, or the, you know, it could be the massage place itself that I'm getting this energy from. But it just feels like, as Brandon said, really, really ground yourself. I feel like you need to ground yourself before you get home, before you can walk in the house. Like stand somewhere outside, you know, really allow your, you know, release the stress into the ground. The ground can always take it.
It's powerful. Yes, that's such a great piece of advice, Kathy, for all of us.
Yeah, like even before you walk in the house, because you don't want to bring that energy into the home is what I really get. And it just feels like, because this could be a very busy place, which maybe is why, you know, we're both picking up on that energy, that overwhelmed or overloaded, or, you know, nervousness or whatever it is. Like it just feels like there could be a lot of clients. Like it could be a very busy place. Selenite and hematite is also very good as well. Hematite is very good. Yeah.
Hematite, is that the one that breaks? Hematite?
It is, yeah. So if you buy like a hematite ring, it will crack open when it's had too much energy. I used to actually buy like a couple of rings. I would go to some of the fairs or, you know, wherever, and just get a couple of rings and kind of put them aside. And because one would usually crack within about a month, like it would just, you know. But even if you get a hematite crystal, they're not going to crack. They'll last a long time because they're fairly solid. But what you can do is carry it, let it absorb, and then cleanse it. Moonlight or whatever. Will help cleanse it, or even just leaving it out in the sun for a couple of days will usually cleanse them pretty good. So, yeah, I hope that's helped, Miguel. It feels like you definitely need to.
It's so important to have a grounding technique for yourself regularly. This isn't just, I'm going to do it once and done. No. This is like every day. Really, it should be every day.
Yeah.
As a Taurus myself, I'm just going to throw that out there. There are things I do every day to maintain my energy, and we are boring, if not practical people. And so having that kind of repetition, it's not only natural for us, it's really, really good for us when we control it, when we take control and responsibility of that. So if you're especially going to be touching other people and doing massage therapy, you're really, really going to need to do that grounding, and that nervousness, that nervous stomach will dissipate. You will feel a peace, a calm, and have overwhelming energy to massage person after person.
I'll tell you this story really, really fast. I did aesthetics for like 25 years. And I mean, we did some massage therapy, and I could do massage therapy on, as long as people didn't want a receipt for it, like it wasn't therapeutic massage. And so the spa that I worked at, if they got overwhelmed, sometimes the girls would ask me, could you take this client for us? Because, she just needs a simple back massage. It's not therapeutic, it's relaxation, whatever. And I went in this one time and I started doing a massage on this lady, and I literally, like halfway through the massage, I thought I was going to be sick. I couldn't stop shaking. I was like, what in the hell? It was like all of us, it was like, you ever see those movies where they inject themselves with something and all of a sudden get immediately sick? Like I want to say World War Z or something like that, where you suddenly get like so sick. And I finally made it through the massage. I don't know how I did it, but I was just like ready to pass out. And I walked into the break room after, and the girl that had asked me to do the massage, she just looked at me and she goes, "Oh my God, you're one of those." And I was like, I didn't know what she meant. I was like, what are you talking about? And she goes, "Oh, you just picked up all of the energy off of that woman and stuck it inside of you." Because I was as white as a wall. Like I was just white, pale, clammy, sweaty, and after that, I really learned, okay, yeah, just ground yourself. Like it has to be done. So.
You're one of those, Kathy.
I'm one of those. Yeah. I was down for I was down for the entire night. Like I got home, I couldn't even hardly take care of Dre at that time. I actually had Megan here, my other daughter, and she actually had to babysit Dre for the whole night because I was just done. So, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the lottery, and we're gonna do one of the lottery questions at this point. I don't know why I just pressed an O onto the chat. I think I was just somehow accidentally screwed up on that, but Michelle, do you have the numbers ready or?
Yeah, so right now for the lottery, I have 1 through 3, and then we have 3 other donations, I believe. Peach.
All right.
Okay.
As well.
Thank you all.
Sarah, and we also have Levity. Yeah. So I'll just get you to do the lottery for 1 through 3.
All right, let's see what comes up, y'all. Drum roll, please. We still got to get a soundboard.
Right. Yeah.
That's gonna be the next. Believe it or not, it is lucky number 3.
All right. Who's number 3?
Number 3 is Joanna. Hearts love Joanna, and she is an Aries. The question is, she wants to know if Jackson will reach out to her soon and his feelings towards her.
What is Jackson's sun sign? Did she say?
I do not have that here, but hopefully, Joanna, if you're in the chat, could you post that Jackson sun sign?
And repeat the question. What does Jackson think of her? Is that what she was asking?
Is he going to reach out to her? And what does he feel about her, I believe? Or what does he think about her?
Okay.
What are his feelings towards her?
Got it.
Sorry, my mic is not very good today.
Okay. I feel a lot of anxious energy around Jackson. I'm not exactly sure how to describe it. It just feels very jittery type of. I don't know if it's anxious. I think it's actually jittery type of bird. I don't know. Like his energy is a little erratic. He can be very back and forth. Like, you know, he could reach out, go away, reach out, go away. This is sort of, I don't think that this is intentional energy. Like it doesn't feel like he's, I don't think he's doing this, you know, because of not being interested or anything like that. It almost feels like this man can get very distracted almost immediately. Like he would be the typical squirrel, you know, and takes off after that. I keep feeling that kind of energy around him. Maybe you can confirm that, you know, for me, Joe, if that's possible, because it very much feels like he's got a lot on his mind. Like it feels like there's a lot on his mind. Is he going to reach out? I keep hearing it may not be right away. It could be about a month. It could be sooner than a month, for sure. But it's gonna take a while. Is what I keep getting here. Again, his mind feels like he's very overwhelmed, or it can't handle. It's not that he's stupid. I don't mean it like that, but he can't handle a lot of thoughts. So when he's super focused on something, he's focused on what that is, rather than allowing, you know, everything around him in. As far as his feelings, I feel him being very hesitant for some reason in regards to this connection. I feel like there's an energy here where I feel like he likes to take his time. He likes to take things very slow, which may be why you haven't heard from him for a while. I don't particularly feel other energies around him except for maybe work or family, that kind of, you know, friends, that sort of energy. But do I think he's stressed out? I don't know if he's really stressed out. I think it's more, again, that he's jittery. Like he can't handle a lot of thoughts, and maybe, you know, if he gets overwhelmed, I don't know if it's so much stress as it is like confusion in the brain, because I feel a lot of confusion. And again, it's not that he's stressed, and it's not that he's stupid or anything, but it's like he can put things into compartments, and then when he's ready to open up those compartments, that's fine. But if all those compartments start colliding together, it really overwhelms his head.
See, that's exactly what I'm picking up on, is that sense of compartmentalization. Because when I'm connected with him, with Jackson, there's this very clear feeling of these, like a whole piece of this emotional self really coming out. I keep being shown one thing in particular, Joanne, and I want to be clear on it, because Spirit keeps showing me the two of you as children. And so this always means one of two things. Either you have known each other for a very long time, or there's an instant soul connection between the two of you, the way that they show this to me. So I'm not sure either. And honestly, it doesn't seem that relevant. What seems relevant about it is that does feel like when the two of you connected, either initially or most recently, there's just this feeling of like, whoa, it's a soul to soul kind of interaction. And what I keep being shown is that there are all these I wouldn't say overflowing emotions, but maybe more than he's been used to, opening up within himself. And that's why I feel this sort of step back or this reluctance. Like Kathy was saying, there's like this compartmentalization happening in his brain. It seems like that's the way he's built his life. And all of a sudden those walls are starting to come down because the emotions start overtaking the one. And all of a sudden it's like, oh God, what do I do? How do I control myself? And especially if he is an earth sign, control would probably be up there on his list of priorities. So it does kind of feel like again, it doesn't feel overwhelming. It's just like this bleeding over, like Kathy is talking about. Per what I feel here, as far as him reaching out and initiating contact, there seems to be some kind of a chivalrous attitude with Jackson, where it seems like there must be a grand gesture or an obvious more masculine gesture that needs to be made. So I don't feel anything hasty. Like I wouldn't say to expect a text message asking out. I feel like it would be something a little more formal. But that seems to be the kind of point, is that he has to feel that in himself before he's able to reach out into you. So if he can't control himself and his emotions until he locks that down for himself, that's when I feel that kind of that invite or that reaching out happening.
It really feels like he, like you said, I feel like he doesn't take things lightly, and which can cause a lot of his anxiety too, or these jitters. So, you know, when he goes to move forward towards somebody, it's because there's an actual wanting to be with that person. This isn't just a fly by night type of guy, is what I'm getting. It's not like like Brandon was saying, he's not just going to say, you know, hey, this. I feel like he really wants to put the effort in. He wants to be in a place where he's absolutely ready. I'm starting to lose my voice for some reason. But that's what I get. So I feel like give it a little bit of time here, okay? Because you know that when he comes forward, it's going to be with a purpose. That's what I keep getting. So I hope that's helped.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put it.
We will go back into the donations now. And I believe the first one is Jason.
Real quick, Kathy, just to finish up here with Joe. Something's going on back here. I keep getting pulled to the back, and it almost feels like there's something being carried. It doesn't feel like any kind of guide or somebody that's passed over attached, but it almost feels like this pressure on the middle of the back, and it forces the neck. I think I would be sort of, I don't know, just conscious or aware of it, Joe. In some way, perhaps maybe there needs to be like a stretch, a kundalini stretch, like a spinal flex. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you're carrying a lot back here, if it's emotional pressure, but I think that's something to explore. It's just
Are you feeling that with Joe? I wonder if that's why all of a sudden I just felt like I was losing my voice. I wonder if it's connected in some way, because it was like all of my voice was started disappearing. Like it was from in here in the chest. It was like
it's a very similar placement, so it would be at like the lower of the throat, but on the back. So it very well could be something, you know, that goes straight through the body and energy center.
Maybe just sort of watch your health a little bit, Joe, over the next little while, because it literally felt like I was like all of a sudden I had to like really clear my throat, and I was like losing, you know. So kind of be aware of that.
Kundalini yoga, look that up, love. Kundalini yoga. Do that spinal flex.
Right. So let's go to Jason. Michelle, do you have Jason's question?
Yeah, I do. So Jason is a Leo, and the question is, will I get a job transfer or a new job in Edmonton within 6 months? And adds that they are planning on moving in the fall.
To Edmonton or?
No, moving elsewhere, I believe. Will I get a job transfer or a new job in Edmonton within 6 months? Oh, I'm actually not sure. Jason, if you can confirm, are you moving to Edmonton or away from Edmonton?
And Jason, also, how did it go with your condo? Because I believe that we had read on your condo a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, is that the one where you're pulling the foundation and the ground? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of curious how that went, if you went for it or because I remember saying to get curious about that if Joe's around. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Not sure.
So, Joe, or Jason, are you still there?
Jason. I don't know if
he's listening, and he could be a little bit behind.
Okay, there's Jessica. I thought that was Jason. Hi, Jessica. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of jump into it, so we're not waiting for too long. But I am getting here. I do feel a move coming through. Okay, that is being very shown to me, quite obvious. A job in Edmonton. Michelle, can you repeat the question one more time? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason is a Leo and wants to know, will I get a job transfer or new job in Edmonton within 6 months?
Okay. You know what I'm being shown? It's so weird. I'm actually being shown like a moving truck, which is, like one of those U-Hauls, right? But I'm trying to figure out if this is if it's something new. And I almost feel like this is something new as opposed to something, it could be like a new position moving to, okay. Because it almost feels like this could be a new position. Like it feels like starting over in something is what I keep getting. Starting over in something, beginning again. See, not good basement tissues. Okay. Yeah, because I kept feeling about the ground. Okay. So thank you for coming through. That's with that condo, right, Jason? So yeah, they didn't go for it because there wasn't good basement issues. But I kept feeling like there was something wrong with the ground. Remember?
Yeah, I remember you feeling that.
Okay. Okay. I feel honestly, Jason, this is either a new job or it's going to be a higher position. Okay, like something within that, maybe perhaps that same company, but it's going to be like maybe a different position, like because it feels, all of this honestly feels like something new. It feels like something new is what I keep getting. Something new, something new, something new. And I literally see a like U-Haul truck kind of going along like a highway. So I'm going to go with yes. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty confident about it as well. I keep being shown that things are being unlocked. There's a distance to be traveled, but Spirit keeps showing me that the direction that's being followed is actually through heart. So this does feel genuine. It does feel true. It feels honest and authentic to you in your path, Jason. So honestly, in a simple, easy answer, it feels like, yes, there is going to be some kind of transfer and movement here. And you are following something, not just monetarily, not just materially. It does seem like an internal pull, an instinctual pull. So I'd have to agree with Kathy here.
What I'm also being shown is, so when I'm asking about the road, okay, and the reason I'm asking about the road is because as I'm looking on this road, I'm looking around at the scenery that's around it. And I'm still seeing like trees that are just starting to change color. Like I want to see like the trees, and there might be a little orange or a little bit of yellow or a little bit of red. They're not full blown fall trees yet, if that makes any sense. Like I'm still seeing, like, you know how the leaves just start turning. So I want to say like this could be about August, September, somewhere in there, maybe, within around that time period. It could be a little sooner, a little bit later, but you're asking about 6 months. And so this is what I keep seeing is that where the leaves are just starting to change, if that helps. So I hope that answered your question. I hope that really helped, or gave you some clarity. Currently, Regina, I'm wanting to move back to Edmonton. I feel you doing it. I do. I feel you doing it. And again, because this is showing that highway. It's showing that highway. It's showing the U-Haul. I wouldn't be shown a U-Haul if you weren't actually taking a long move. You know what I mean? And I do feel it'll be the next about 6 months. So I hope that that's helped.
I love it. I'm loving all this energy right now. There's some good energy happening.
It is. It's beautiful energy. I love it. Who is next, Michelle? Oh yeah, you know what? I love Edmonton. To be honest, like I do. I like it here. I mean, we have just about everything that you need, and we have so much space. Like we really do. You gotta love the city, right? So.
All right, how many do we have on our list here? Brandon's time is being cut.
Sorry, guys.
Chopped down like a cherry tree in Edmonton. Oh wait, do you have cherry trees there?
No, not at all.
Do you have lumberjacks? Is there lumberjacks? There's lumberjacks in Canada, right?
We do have lumberjacks, yeah.
So for the donation questions, which is next up, we have G.A. Peach, who is a Gemini.
Okay.
They don't have the other sun sign for the other person mentioned here, but their question is LM interested in dating me?
Can I just get a first name? G.A. Peach, if we could just get an actual first name for this person.
Yeah, guys, everybody listening, if you're submitting for readings, if you could give us your first name, it just helps us to really connect directly with your energy. That's why we do first name and sun sign, or date of birth if you throw it in there. But it really helps us to directly channel, as you can see the chat just kind of continuing to scroll up. There's all sorts of energies bouncing around that I'm picking up on, Kathy's picking up on. So it just gives us a laser focus into your energy here. So if you can, that definitely helps us.
So, okay, his name is Lamar. Is he interested in dating you? Okay. Yes. But right away, I'm getting a very, very strong energy. This boy, you need to put boundaries on immediately. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. So, you need to put this boy into, you got to give him strong boundaries, because if you do not, I feel like he tends to overstep. I'm getting a lot of things from, it's really weird energy coming through here. I'm getting a lot of things like almost as though within his childhood, there wasn't a lot of boundaries given to him. It's weird. Like it feels like he's very free-spirited, and I feel like, okay, if you give him an inch, he can take a mile type of, behavior. So I feel like he's going to approach you in some manner about dating, but I do feel, I don't know exact timeline. This could be as soon as like 2 weeks, 2 months. Like I'm getting a lot of number 2. It doesn't feel like this is going to be a long period of time, but I am telling you, like, you need to, like, don't let him get away with stuff. Okay. If he says he's going to pick you up, make sure that he's picking you up at that particular time. If he starts pushing it later and later and later, you just set down that boundary and say, nope, too late. Okay, maybe try again next time. Like, I feel like that he needs boundaries, this guy. But I'm getting a very flirty energy from him, but I'll tell you something, I feel like he can be very loyal. Okay. So don't freak out or anything. If he seems flirty, I feel like that's part of his nature, but I don't feel that he's had a lot of stability in some way. I don't know if this is from childhood or teenagehood, or, it could be his current, surroundings. Like, I feel like he likes the idea of stability, and I almost feel like he wants that stability. So even if he's flirty, with people, I'm not getting that he's a person that strays. Like I feel like, if you're stable, he'll be stable, but he needs those boundaries. He needs those boundaries put in, and in order to keep him, again, he's not going to stray or anything like that, but he could get lazy in his behaviors. Okay. Yeah, he hasn't reached out yet, so I got the sense he wanted to. I get the sense that he wants to too, but just remember what I'm saying. Give him those boundaries. Give him those, whatever it is. Don't let him get away with stuff, because once he does, he'll keep doing it. Go ahead, Brandon. Do you add anything? I'm sorry.
When I'm connected here with you both, I think Shante and Lamar. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. There feels like everything is sort of in the clouds right now. There's a very clear sense of some kind of connection or bond. Even when I look at it, and I swear the two of you feel it too, you already feel like there's some kind of bond there, but it feels completely clouded over, like it's backed up. And I keep feeling it's like there's like this wall or this dam blocking everything from coming through. It's like all the bonds and the clear emotions and the clear and obvious direct commitment, it's all like being backed up. But the energy is very clearly there. What I keep being shown is that there is a need for definition. And I do feel this more on Lamar here, where it's like he's got to clear these clouds from his own eyes. And I keep being shown this vision of him standing in the sunlight. Like there's like this full beam of light just kind of shining right down on him. And what this is insinuating, what this is showing, is that there needs to be just clarity, directness, transparency. There needs to be a lack of kind of beating around the bush and dodging and ducking and whatever. And that's where I think Kathy is talking, or what I think she was picking up on, the energy similarly I am, of needing those sense of boundaries. Like, okay, you need to stop getting off of your own boundaries and cross into ours over here, because it's clear we've got something. When I ask Spirit what you should be doing, they keep specifically showing me that you need to hold emotional space for him. And there needs to be that sense of reliability that he needs to see or feel. Now, regardless if you've done this in the past, there's something about it happening right now where it's like you show him in some way that you're there for him, and it's something that just kind of clicks within him. He's like, oh my gosh, I feel like I can trust you. And it's like that, just opening up. I think it's going to be something as simple as just allowing space for him to say whatever he feels like, or even you can go so far as to be like, hey, emotional things coming up, what's going on with you? Why are you holding back your emotions? Or I'm not sure how you personally feel comfortable or want to go about it, but Spirit just keeps showing me it's that sense of keeping space will allow for that vulnerability to kind of open up within him, because it's like all these emotions are backed up. It's like all this connection is backed up, and it just needs that dam to break. So that way, like Kathy was saying, those new boundaries can be put into place where it surrounds the both of you, because that bond feels very much there already. It's just being held back for that reason of not allowing that vulnerability and the emotions to flow through it.
And I think that's where that lack of stability comes in as well, because not having maybe the vulnerability, or, where he needs to open up a little bit too. It just feels like there's a, it just feels like he's never really been given some boundaries or lack of, or an actual stability. It almost feels like, he can feel very repressive at times, it feels. But I agree with you 100%, where you feel that attraction between the two of them so strongly. That's what you were picking up on too, right, Brandon?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Whew.
All right.
I'm seeing these suggestions here in the chats. That's a great idea. I can't see whoever suggested it. The issue is sometimes the chats actually get deleted when there's too much that filter in. Not too much, but they just disappear. So if you scroll to the top, you probably won't see any more of the ones that first came in. So that's a great idea, but I think it could screw up.
It'll have to just to kind of, a lot of it will have to kind of depend on Michelle's work too. You know, if she can get off work in time, or, you know, all of that. But, you know, it's definitely something that we can look into. I love that idea. That's very smart. And you're so welcome, Peach. So, yeah. Okay, I think I think, you know, because Brandon's being kind of cut short, we do have a lot of donation reading, so I think that we should need to move into those right now.
Yeah, I was thinking we could do so we have a donation from Sarah that I believe we want Brandon, if you can stay on for that one. And then we have also Lovely, and I believe Jenny also donated as well. And then there's some donation or lottery questions after that. But do you think you could stay for all of those, Brandon, or do you have to go?
Oh my goodness. That's like 4 of them?
Or at least for our
I can stay I was supposed to be off 10 minutes ago, so I can stay for one more only if everybody goes and likes the video right now. Everybody give this a thumbs up and I will stay for one more reading here.
We appreciate you, Brandon. You're the best. I'll cut to Sarah's question right now then. So Sarah is a Capricorn sun, Scorpio moon, and the question is, how does James is a Virgo with Pisces moon, feel about our connection so far on a soul level? And how can I strengthen our friendship?
Okay, one more time for me.
Yeah, sorry. Sarah is a Capricorn with Scorpio moon. James is a Virgo with Pisces moon. Sarah is wondering, how does James feel about their connection on a soul level, and how can she strengthen their friendship?
I just want to respond quickly to Jessica. Jessica, that's absolutely fine. I actually know that because I know Jessica's situation, this is going in just another, I know it very well. I think Jessica also wanted your input on this one. So she's just asking if she can save it for next week. And that's absolutely fine. We'll just, Jessica, you can be first next week when we come on. So absolutely.
I'm sorry, I have to cut my time, everybody. Super, super busy right now, but only till next week. Then I'll have a little bit more time. I'll be able to stay on longer.
Okay. And so with Sarah, how does he feel about the connection on a soul level? Okay. See, he has, with that Pisces moon that he has.
Wait, I thought he was Pisces.
No, he's Virgo sun and Pisces moon. Yeah.
Put in the thing in here, Michelle.
Sorry, I'm gonna. I'll post.
It's the moon signs that's throwing me off.
Yeah.
Nobody usually gives that much information, which is great.
Right?
I love that.
I know. We appreciate that, Sarah, but I'm confusing the hell out of them now. So yeah, James is a Virgo with Pisces moon. Sarah is a Capricorn with Scorpio moon. But
yeah. Wow, that's really interesting. James has a really interesting energy. Virgo, Pisces.
Okay. I feel with James, I almost feel like this this guy could be sometimes it's almost like his energy it's grounded, but I feel like he's a worrywart almost, to some degree. Like he overthinks, he worries. Does he feel the connection on a soul level? I feel like he understands this relationship. So I'm actually being shown, I feel like there's been communication from you mostly to him on a higher self level is what I keep hearing. It feels like, I don't know if you're going into a meditation or if you're just, connecting on that higher self level, like that 5D realm. He's hearing it. I do feel that he is hearing it. I do feel a little bit from him where he's confused with the words that are coming through, or the energy that's coming through, because I even though he has that Pisces moon, which is very open, I'm a Pisces moon, so they can be very intuitive, very psychic, all of this. He also has that Virgo energy, which can be a little bit, on the worry ward, but at the same time fairly grounded energy, but they like to have they want to see, rather than just experience. Like, you got to show me the proof. Show me the proof. So it's. I feel like there's a little bit of back and forth energy with him. How can you make this better? Is what I feel like there needs to be very direct communication with him. I'm also really hearing here that he is not a man. When you speak to him, I feel like you really need to not only speak to the heart. Now, whether this is in higher realm or whether this is in 3D realm, there needs to be a lot of, you have to be vulnerable before he allows himself to be vulnerable. So if you're holding back, he may pick that up very, very easily and hold himself back as well. I'm also getting that one of the things I'm being told here, and this isn't towards you, okay, this is just him as a person. If he feels that there's any, deception, lying, again, holding back, like not all the information, he really takes a step back into himself, is what I keep getting. Like he really can, it can prevent him from really moving forward. This is the energy that I'm getting. Do I feel like he likes you? I do. I do feel that there's a very strong energy between the two of you, but I do feel a very slow process with this man. And I do feel like that friendship and the trust is going to be more important than the actual relationship. I hope, like, to begin with, like, I don't feel like he's a man that's going to jump right into a relationship. He has to have that those feelings within himself that make him move forward. I don't know.
I'm so sorry, Kathy. I only caught the last part of what you're saying, so I don't know if I'm going to be confirming or agreeing here with you. So you can let me know if we were picking up on similar energy. I was just kind of pulled into this connection here, and immediately I just feel all of these very interesting energetic movements all over my body, and just that initial ignition where I felt that friction and that fiery kind of energy, it just kind of pulled me in right away. So this must be very similar to what the two of you feel when you connect together. When I'm looking at your energy first between the two of you, I do feel this sort of immediacy of communication. So I don't know if you feel like, or you both feel like there needs to be talking, but I do get the sense that when you do talk and communicate, I mean, it can go on and on and on. Like you can lose yourselves in each other's realm. It's like you create this whole other realm. It's like you're walking and just walk off into a black hole and didn't even notice. You're just like, la, 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 the whole world's going on around and didn't even notice. There is a beauty to that. When I asked Spirit specifically about where he is with you, where James is with you, I'm getting quite a bit of pressure from James. In fact, I'm feeling quite a bit of internal pressure of him feeling this like your connection is doing something internally to him that is creating some kind of uncomfortable feeling. And I want to note right now that this is not a negative thing. It's like a way of getting under his skin, and there is this sort of reception of you that he has that he does not have with other people. He receives you very differently than he does others. There is confusion with this. There is, unsureness. There does come a little bit of chaos. Were you saying similar, Kathy?
Yeah, I was saying it like he feels. It almost feels like there's a conflicting energy within him, because a lot of him with the Pisces energy, he's very open to the fifth realm type of communication. He's very open to it. He understands it. But I do feel that there's that part of him on that Virgo side, or just his grounded 3D energy. Again, there's that he needs to see vulnerability before he can submit himself fully to vulnerability. I don't feel like he's he needs to be demonstrated to first before before he truly lets himself be.
That's why he's going through his Saturn return. No wonder he is finding himself. No wonder there's all this friction. That makes so much sense. Well,
I don't know what Saturn return means, so I'm a little lost on that one.
It's basically when you finally become a real adult. You finally start to sink into what it means to be you. If you notice, there's a lot of people, for example, a lot of artists who actually die before they hit their Saturn return or right at their Saturn return. So like that 27-year-old kind of curse where so many artists have died at that time. It's such an interesting thing to study, but I cannot go into that right now. I'm over time. But I did want to answer here. When I asked Spirit about the nature of this connection, immediately I am being shown that it is more for the male. So I do feel that it is more about James, and with James sort of really breaking through to a level of heart and emotional heart that he has not really had before. Perhaps maybe there was this testament of it to himself when he was younger. And as he grew older, it was like it clamps down more and more and more. And what Spirit keeps showing me is that he gets to experience a level of love that has not been frequent in his life. This really is an opening. Immediately as I say that, gosh, I could just feel myself wanting to cry right now. And it does feel like that moment. I really also specifically wanted to ask, though, for you, Sarah, because it could be perceived as like one-sided. And what I'm being shown here is that with James, what he does to your energy is that there is this overwhelming abundance of self, and it feels like this past self that starts to come back in. So specifically what I'm showing, let me try to convey this image. Okay, so here's Sarah today, and here's a version of Sarah that was left behind long ago. And when James and you come into contact and share in moments, this other Sarah comes back at presence in the forefront. It's like he is bringing that piece of the self that was once lost back to present moment. So there is a reciprocated nature. And because of this, I do believe that this is absolutely a soul connection. I absolutely do believe that, based on all the feelings that I'm being shown, based on the fact that Spirit shows me that very intense energy. I can feel it 100%. I absolutely do believe this is a soul connection, and it feels in reciprocal. It feels like your souls are learning. It feels like your souls have known each other. The sense of you two getting lost in that conversation. Yeah, absolutely soul connection.
That's beautiful. Sarah was also wondering how to strengthen their friendship.
If you guys have any insights on that one.
I literally feel like connecting in that. I feel like giving him a safe space is going to really make that difference. The safe space, because I feel like he needs something safe in order to allow himself to grow again. He needs that vulnerability. that.
This is so important, though, Kathy. I want to say this real quick
Yeah.
before I jet. How we handle soul connections is so incredibly important to our experience here on Earth. What we do with soul connections, that really sets a definition or a precedent. That, if you were to ask me, Brandon, how do you handle a soul connection in your life? That's going to be unique for every single person. And I want you to think about this on your own, Sarah. I want you to think about when you are met with soul connections in this lifetime, what will you do? Who will you be? How will you act? What will you say?
Yes.
These are these proverbial questions that they make entire movies out of. It's like, oh, what do you do if you lost your love? Okay, well, let's do the inverse. What do you do if you actually found that soul connection? Who are you? And who are you at this level, this capacity of connection? I don't fully want to answer, like, what are you supposed to do or how you're going to end up together, because this is such a creative process when we meet somebody who is soul compatible, soul connecting, that it's not up to either of us to make that call. It is a moment of creation. I think we can feel, tendencies, but I want to leave this on your court. What are you going to do in the face of a soul connection? And I challenge everybody with that question who's listening today. What will you do when your soul connects with another so clearly and deeply? What will you do with that connection in that moment? That's what makes milestones. That's what makes a life, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because we also, bringing in that choice, we also have that choice of, are we looking in this connection of how it's going to benefit me? Or is it how it's going to benefit perhaps that other person as well? Are we looking at it as a duality of a benefit? Or are we putting a sense of selfishness within that energy? And that's something that we also have to take a look at, right? There's a lot of soul connections that are like, okay, but he did this and he did that, but I know he's mine. I know he's my soulmate. And it's like, well, but he's an asshole. And it's like, okay, so you're basically, if it's a soul connection, that's exactly what you're just displaying within yourself too. So you have to release that energy, right? If you're looking at him like an asshole, or you hate him, or he's this, or he's that, or she's done this, or he's done, like, yeah, take a look at that, because I do feel that with him, he needs a sense of safety. I feel like he needs that safe place to go, but also that, kind of, removing from the nest, like fly on your own, but you have that safety here as well. And I feel like that will really help broaden this relationship. So.
All right, my loves. I love you all so much.
Bye, Brandon. We'll talk soon, and take care. And all right. And if you guys want to reach Brandon, dreamteacher.com, okay?
Thank you. Yes, dreamteacher.com. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Take care. All right. Well, it's just you and me, Michelle.
Yeah, it's just us.
Oh.
Yeah.
I do actually have to run to the bathroom. So I'm gonna put us on to like a 3-minute break for a minute.
Okay.
Perfect. And are you gonna be okay with that?
Lovity, you are up next when we get back. So, and then we'll do some more lottery questions. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, perfect.
3-minute break.
Just give me a minute and we'll be right back. Okay. Hello, guys. Okay, sorry about that. We just took a quick break. We're still live, Shafi. Don't worry, we're here. Okay. Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how's it going? So,
Good, much better.
Yeah, that's I'm glad to hear. So we have Lovity's question up next.
Okay.
Lovity, if you're still there in the chat, Lovity is Aries and wants to know what's going on with R. R is a Capricorn in relation to her. So what's going on with R in relation to me is Lovity's question.
Okay. And he is a Capricorn?
Yeah, and Lovity is an Aries.
Okay. Lovity, can you give me the first name, please? Just so that I have the full first name. That would really help. I feel like is this somebody that we've read on before?
I have a feeling it might be. But I was only giving the first or the initial R for
Okay. I'm feeling some hesitation in here in regards to R for some reason. I don't feel like this is anything on a negative level. I'm just tapping in. Okay, I feel like there's something about he's gone completely silent for weeks now. Okay. Because it feels like there's this hesitation in there at this time. Okay, so first, what I'm being told immediately by Spirit is do not contact him. I don't know. I don't know if you have, but they're saying do not at this time. He needs to go through this. I feel like there's a healing process that's going on inside of him, is what I'm getting. I feel like he's really starting to make some choices, and it feels like he's. So I'm being shown several different, like I want to say trails ahead of him, okay? And I'm almost getting like he's making decisions. I don't feel that there are other people involved in these decisions. These feel like life paths. There even could be a move of some sort in here, like an actual physical move from one place to another. I don't know if it's to a different actual location, like, like a different state or province or something like that. But it really feels like he's trying to make some choices. And I'm getting here, there's two things that I'm getting that are going on in his head. One of them is that he does want to reach out. He does want to contact. But I'm also getting here that because he's got these choices that are being laid out in front of him or that he's trying to make, he doesn't want to draw you in case that these decisions have to do with where he has to, take a step back even further, or that there may again be a move of some sort. I don't know if this is within his job or an actual physical move. It just feels like he's laying out his choices right now, and he wants to make sure that he's going to make the right one. I am getting a lot of energy around him. With you on his mind, but it feels like there's a lot of I want to say that there may have been a lot of communication before he disappeared. Maybe you can confirm that for me, because I keep hearing like chatter, and I don't know if this was coming from you, but it almost feels like there was a lot of communication and then it just like that, like it just silent. Whether the chatter was in his mind or whether it was actually physically coming from you, I'm not sure. But I feel like he really, he's got a lot of things going on. I do hear that he's going to come forward. There may be an apology that's coming along with this as well. but I don't know if it's going to be as sincere of an apology as that you would possibly like. Like, I don't feel like he's going to, you know, pour his heart out or anything like that. I feel like, you know, you may have to just take it at the level that he can actually give it. We're all leaving semester tomorrow. Okay. So this could be why, because it just feels like life choices that he has ahead of him, and he's trying to make decisions. Is he like going to a college or something? Like, I just feel like, you know, there could be a move of some sort, or maybe a move to a different school, or a move to, you know, a different town, something along this line. I feel like I keep hearing be patient. He is coming, like he is going to have some sort of contact. But again, he may not give you the full apology that you would like. And it's not because he doesn't want to. I feel like he you know, he kind of may suck at apologies in general. Right? So what he thinks is being sincere, you might kind of take it as, well, you could have done better. You know, it is, we're leaving campus and moving tomorrow. Okay. I'm getting that this could possibly be a reconnection going more into around June. It could even be a little bit into, you know, a beginning of July, but I feel like I keep hearing the word June. So I know it sucks because of the fact that, you know, you haven't heard from him, but I really feel like he's trying to lay a solid path ahead of him on some way. And I do feel that I'm hearing that you could be a part of that path. Okay. I feel like, how do I explain that? I feel like that path will be sort of presented to you as a choice of some sort. Like, I kind of want to say, you know, would he, I'm just giving an example here, but it's like, look at, you know, we may have to date long distance. Would you be okay with that? You know, something along that line. Like, it just feels, he may leave you with a choice as well. Okay. But he's also thinking about his choices and really, again, trying to lay out some sort of path is what I'm getting. So I don't feel that his silence is due to not being interested or not caring, or I just feel like he's very, very overwhelmed with a lot of his choices. I'm also hearing too that it feels like for him, time doesn't feel as profound to him as it does to you. Like, you're looking at it like it's been several weeks since we've talked, and he's kind of like, I didn't even realize that it was that long. I've just been so busy. Oh, okay. We live in two different cities. So this very much could have to do with it. Okay. I just feel like right now, give him some time. I still hear about June where he'll be coming through. It could be sooner than that. Okay. It could definitely be sooner than that. But I feel like right now he's just got a lot of things that are going on in his mind. I'm not picking up on other people or other energies around him. Like, that's not his reasoning for being silent. It's literally life choices that he's got at this time. So I hope that that's helped, Levity. Yeah. Maybe Michelle, we could move to the next one. Yeah, I do. I just give him some time. Just give him some time is what I keep hearing. You're so welcome.
Sorry about that. So Shafi, if you're still there, I pulled your question next for the lottery. Since Brandon's not here, I just took over that and did a couple in a row to make it a little easier. Shafi is a Scorpio and recently met Jason online and is wondering what his intentions are. Jason is a Sagittarius.
Oh, Shafi. You haven't met in person yet. Shafi, I'm going to be honest with you. This is going to be a difficult, relationship. I don't feel it's going to be I feel like you'll end up putting more effort into the relationship than he possibly will. I can't say, 100% for sure. This is just the energy that I'm getting from it. I feel like this man could be fairly self-absorbed. I'm getting here that there's a lot of me energy around him. He's definitely not as open and sensitive as you can be. Like intuitively, you're very open, you're sensitive, you're you pick up on things very, very fast, okay? Whether it's emotions or energies. Yes, this is for Shafi. That's who we're talking about, right, Michelle? This is Shafi.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like he may come in very strong. This guy, he may, have his very strong tendencies, but I'm also getting here that I feel like you're going to end up having to put in more energy than he is. Okay. And again, it's not because he doesn't like you or think that you're attractive or anything like that. I'm just getting that this person is very me orientated, me orientated. Like it's all about me. So it'll be like, what can you give to me? But there will be a sense of him giving to you, but as the relationship I feel like goes on, it's going to be unbalanced energy. Okay, so that is going to be something that you're going to have to be very okay. The thing is with this guy, he texts me what's up, and then he can disappear for 2 days and then say, yeah, honestly, I feel like I feel like just let him be, because he's very he's very me oriented. Like I said, he's gonna, you're gonna have to put in a lot of work into this to actually, create something out of this. And I would actually just not respond, to be honest. Like just let it be. As you're saying, he seems very fickle. I almost want to not respond. I don't want to give that energy to that kind of person. 100%. Hallelujah. Let this relationship fly into the wind. Because I'm going to be honest with you, Shafi. I feel like your energy is too solid, too good. You know what you want. You know what you're looking for. And this guy's just kind of sitting there going, oh, maybe I'll just text today. Like you're going to have to end up giving more out of this relationship than it's really going to be worth, to be honest. So I hope that that's helped, Shafi.
Okay. Yeah. So how do we feel about doing 2 more questions here? We have Jenny G and then Neelam.
Okay. Are these are donations or?
I do not believe that Jenny donated. If I'm incorrect, Jenny, please correct me.
Oh yeah, she did.
Oh, she did? Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Jenny,
well, that's on me.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
So
no, that's okay. Levity.
Sorry, Jenny. Yeah. My bad. So Jenny is a Sagittarius, and her question is, will I get the hang of tarot, and if so, when?
Okay, say that again.
When will Jenny get the hang of practicing tarot cards? And okay. If so, when?
Okay. And you're very welcome, Shafi, and thank you so much for coming onto the show, and thanks for being here. Okay, Jenny. So the first thing I'm hearing is you're not connecting somehow to maybe your particular deck. Something to do, like maybe the deck itself isn't just completely resonating with you. Are you using like a regular Rider-Waite type of deck? I just out of curiosity, is this like the general Rider-Waite deck? Because I feel like it just feels like as much as you want to learn it, you're not attracted to the deck. I know that sounds crazy, but I just, this is the first thing that I'm picking up on. It just feels like, it feels like a different deck. Okay. I almost feel like you need to, go into a shop and, one that you can actually see the cards, maybe even handle them a little bit. Because it feels like there needs to be a different connection. Maybe even something like Radley Valentine, where a lot of his words are actually on the cards. That might actually help. Like, it kind of gives an idea of what the general card is about, which will help. But what I'm really getting here is it feels like I'm also picking up, one of the ways to really learn is by doing a card a day. I have one, but I was practicing with an oracle one. Well, oracle and tarot are going to be completely different, right? Oracle is oracle, but the tarot is so different. And I feel like when you're connecting with the tarot's got the 78 cards with the, the 24 major arcana, and then the rest are the minor arcana. And I feel like what you need to do is, even if you just start with the major arcana and go card by card, one by one per day, it may take you a couple of days, or connect a major arcana with a minor arcana and really, see what happens throughout the day. Take a look at the cards, study the images, all of this. I mean, tarot is not something that you can learn overnight. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, I started learning the tarot when I was like 16 years old. And I still learn. I mean, there's still, patterns that come up, or spreads that come up, or maybe other interpretations that I hear from other people, and I like, oh my gosh, I never really looked at that, or maybe there's something I learned from it. So it's never going to be, it's always a learning process with the tarot. That's the first thing. But the first thing is that, or the second thing, or the first thing, whichever, you really have to connect with that deck. Because, I mean, personally for me, I do not like the traditional Rider-Waite. I find it boring. I think it's, I don't know. I don't even own one. I don't even own one because I found it so boring. But I have connected, with decks like Radley Valentine, I can't remember. I have them all around me, and I'm like, my brain is like that. But that might be something that may help you. I feel that as soon as you actually put that dedication kind of towards learning it, that's when it's going to come out. And I just keep getting something about a different deck. Like, find one that really absolutely resonates with you, one that makes you just, that you can get lost in the images. Because once you get lost in the images of it, that's where you really start learning, because not only are you learning the tarot, but you're learning intuitively as well, right? I don't even know how many decks I have, like a lot, okay? And on each deck, I hear something differently. Is it something I should put energy into? Absolutely. Like, why not? Absolutely learn the tarot if you feel that you're drawn to it. I mean, I can't tell you, 100% to go and learn it if it's not something that you're not interested in. But I feel like you're going to be an intuitive reader, maybe not so much on the traditional meanings of the tarot. There's a lot of times where I'll look at the different cards, and I mean, I might see one thing on, a particular card, and a different thing on the very same card, but because of the imagery, I may get more out of it. Okay. So I hope that helps. I feel like as soon as you start putting that energy in it, that's where you're going to start learning. But really, really find one that truly connects with you. And again, I mean, personally, I do like Radley Valentine simply, for the actual tarot. There's so so absolutely many that who's the other one? Let me just grab one because I'm being kind of silly here. This one is a really nice one. This is like the Mermaid Tarot. You might connect with something like that. But just a second. Colleen Baron Reed, she's really good. She's got a lot of Colette Baron Reed. She's got a lot of decks, oracle and tarot that you might really resonate with. And go and take a look at those, right? Again, that imagery. Oh, also Cyril Marchetti. He's my favorite tarot creator, and some of his decks are not only the most popular, but I guess the imagery on them is just absolutely amazing. So even go to Amazon and type up Cyril Marchetti and see if you resonate with his decks. Because a lot of, especially newer tarot readers, they really connect with his. So I hope that that's helped.
All right.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the next one?
You bet.
Okay, so we're gonna read for Neelam, and Neelam is a Scorpio, and they're just looking for a general reading.
Okay.
Neelam, are you still there?
Okay, Neelam. She's a Scorpio. Okay. Give me 1 second, Neelam. Let me just try to connect with your energy here. Neelam, are you in the place of trying to make some decisions on some things? I don't know if it's 2 choices that you have or 3 choices. I keep seeing choices in front of you. Okay, so I'm hearing this. I'm hearing something about choices. I'm also hearing something about your heart energy and your mind energy. Does this make sense to you? So maybe if you can kind of just confirm that in the chat box, because it feels like I'm really getting told here, you have to follow the heart. It feels like you're too much in your mind. Too much in your mind. I'm changing my lifestyle. I'm on a healing journey. Okay. Yeah, it feels like you're putting too much thought into it. I'm going to be honest. I'm just typing out that tarot deck for Jenny. Okay, I'm hearing from your guides. You're doing a good job. I want to confirm this for you, first of all. You're doing a good job. Your healing journey is going good, but what I'm also picking up is that you're putting too much thought into the actual journey. It's almost like you're putting too much thought into the steps rather than just allowing yourself to follow your heart, your soul. It's like your soul is telling you what to do, and then your mind is like, it's like here, I know what I'm supposed to do, and then your mind starts going, but chit chat. Okay, yes, she says, yes, I'm doing that. So your guides are saying stop that, because you already know. You already know what your next move is. You already know. You already are feeling it. They're actually asking you. This is okay. This Neelam, journey of trust. This is what I'm hearing. I may actually end up channeling just a little bit here, if you can give me just a second, because I want to allow them to. Okay, this is a journey of trust. This is a journey of trust. I just keep hearing it. But you're putting your mind into too much of the journey, and you're not allowing yourself to actually follow the soul path that you're being given. It feels like you've already been shown a lot of this soul path, or at least being shown the next step. And they're saying it's like you're talking yourself out of it. This is what I keep getting from them. They want you to shut the brain off. Okay, shut the brain off and allow yourself to follow your heart. And Neelan actually just confirmed. She said, my mind wants to know all the steps for everything in your healing. Yeah, your mind is stupid. You're not stupid, Neelan. But our minds as people, they're not helping us, right? Our minds want to know everything. They're silly that way. Our minds are silly where they're like, okay, well, I gotta know this, and I gotta know that, and I gotta know this. And your soul is saying, but I already know all the steps. I already know what that next journey is. I already know the next step, but you have to follow it. Shut down that mind and start following you, because okay, so there's a lot of synchronicity that's about to be shown to you here in the next. They're saying to me, as soon as you start allowing your heart to guide you, your soul to guide you, the soul energy to guide you, just go into that place of being present and allow and try to shut that mind off. They're saying you're going to start seeing those synchronicities. Don't overthink the synchronicities. I know that sounds crazy, but that's what they're also saying. They're telling you, don't overthink the synchronicities. Just allow the synchronicities to be synchronicities and to guide you on that next step. There is a lot that you're about to be shown. Okay, I'm thinking of taking psychology as my career, and that's the decision I'm in right now. I do feel that if your heart is being drawn towards that, absolutely don't overthink this. Don't overthink this. You know what? That decision doesn't need to be a psychological decision. How does that sound? It needs to be from the heart. And if that's where you're being drawn to, I feel like you need to take it. I also feel there may be another decision that could possibly either be around or trying to come through. So again, kind of just go into that place of shutting down the mind if you possibly can. And it's funny because we're talking about shutting down the mind, and yet you're thinking about taking psychology. So it's kind of like, okay. But I feel like this needs to be a decision from the heart. Absolutely, it needs to be a decision from the heart. And I feel like your mind is just getting in the way of things. So just let it sit and truly listen to your solar plexus. I actually kind of feel like some solar plexus chakra healing would be amazing for you. Right? Just to help open that up so that you're not also dealing with a sense of anxiety on top of an overactive mind. Okay, this will help release a lot of emotions or any blocks or barriers. So you can just listen to something like that off of YouTube. You can even play it while you're sleeping. And, I feel like a couple of nights of that will really help open things up. And and absolutely keep meditating to shut down your mind, because your body's already telling you where to go. And I love this energy. It's showing you, but your guides want you to trust them. Okay. So I hope that's helped, Neelam. And guys, we're going to be here next Wednesday. So anybody that we couldn't get to, we truly appreciate it. As Michelle says, we're done for today. But we do appreciate you guys coming on. Try to join us at 6:00 p.m. Mountain Time next Wednesday again. Also, if you guys want to reach me for a personal reading, you can contact me at oracleintuitions.com or on my Facebook at Oracle Intuitions, or through Instagram. Make sure that you are subscribed or following me on Instagram. Truly appreciate it. Michelle, my beautiful daughter.
Hello, that's me. I'm still here.
So I thank you for everything today.
You're welcome. It was fun today, guys. Sorry for the mix-ups and the microphone issues I'm having, but you know,
Yeah.
I hope to have them resolved, I guess.
Oh no, it was fine. Yeah, there was nothing to apologize for. It was amazing as always. Guys, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much for the donations. Honestly, they really truly help keep this broadcast going. They allow us to, add software and everything else, and just even have Michelle here as a moderator. So we truly appreciate it, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and take care.
Take care, guys. Bye.